Hello, everyone. We hope you are feeling good today. Thanks for joining our podcast. I'm your host, Aisha, all the way from Singapore, and this is my co host, Chit, from Zoom's Design in Cambodia. Hi, Chit.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, sorry, it's a bit noisy in Singapore here.
Never mind.
Yeah, so just in case anyone is new here, Zoom's Design is a graphic designs company that specializes in digital and print advertisements. On every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Cambodia time, we have Facebook Live sessions to share our industry knowledge on marketing and graphic design to anyone who wants to learn more about this field. You can expect a range of episodes from marketing, design and tips, market trends, as well as management tools to help you boost your business in 2021. So now for today's episode, we will be discussing about traditional versus digital marketing. We will talk more about the differences as well as the pros and cons for these marketing strategies. To give a quick overview of what we'll be sharing today, let's first kickstart the session with a little game.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Again,
yeah, are you ready, Mr. Shit?
yes.
So what I have here, I have prepared 15 rapid fire questions to ask you, and then you will answer me whether the thing I'm asking is traditional or digital marketing. Right?
Okay.
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 So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the first one, very easy. Google Ads.
Digital.
Okay, newspapers.
Traditional.
Okay, telemarketing.
Traditional.
Okay, roadshows.
Traditional.
Right. How about influencer?
Hmm. It's a tricky questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be both. Like influencer. It can be both, but I would like to go with digital.
Right, right. I think it's digital. I think it's more digital. Yeah. How about TV?
Traditional.
Yeah. Billboards.
Traditional.
Yeah. But I think some billboards now are going digital, but I'm not sure how. Yeah.
It's still
How
called.
about
It's still called traditional marketing, but they use digital. For example, they use digital TV,
yeah, yeah.
but it's still called as traditional marketing.
Yeah, correct. How about radio?
Traditional.
Okay, pay per click.
Only once.
Pay per click.
Eh, Digital.
All right. Content marketing.
Digital.
Okay, we have about five more to go. Search engine optimization.
Digital.
Yeah, this is very obvious. Critical reviews.
Critical reviews.
Uh-huh. This is a bit tricky, I think.
I'm going with digital.
Yeah, I think it's more digital because people will write reviews and then post it or like share with other people. Yeah. The 13th one, word of mouth,
Traditional.
traditional. Right. I think this slowly becoming a digital marketing as well. But yeah, this usually it's
Uh,
digital.
Recommendations on their
Yeah,
profile.
right.
Yeah.
Like referrals, this kind of marketing. Right. How about e-magazines?
E-magazines.
Yeah.
Digital.
Yep. And coupon codes, the last one.
Coupon code.
Yep.
It's digital.
Right.
But if this coupon paper, it's
Yeah, I was thinking of that also. Like maybe that's where the idea came from. You know, the coupon codes that we know today. It's from the physical coupons. Yeah, which I thought was a good idea because I always use coupon codes each time I do my shopping. Yeah. All
yeah.
right. Mhm. That sums up our rapid fire session, and that hopefully gives the viewers a very brief overview about traditional versus digital marketing. So now let's talk a bit more in depth about these two types of marketing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
So,
that's good for the opening that we open with some rapid game, which is very clever. Thank you. I just will arrange that.
no
You know,
worries.
how they will get a little bit of summary like what is digitals and what is traditional marketing.
Mhm.
I bet like some business owners and who actually they run a marketing department, they would already know what is the digitals and what is traditional marketing. But
Mm-hmm.
I hope these episodes it's for someone who actually don't have any clue about like what is digitals and then what is traditional marketing. But it's quite straightforward, by the name of each marketing style,
Yeah,
digital
it is.
and traditional. So I hope this episode everyone will get the idea of digitals and traditional marketing, and they can apply to their marketing, and they can apply to their business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start.
All right.
So first, we're talking about the similarities. I mean,
Yeah.
we will understand about like what is digitals and what is traditional marketing.
Mhm.
And both type of marketings are like it's all about attract to prospective leads customer, because both marketing is the channels, the medium that you
Mhm.
can reach out to your customer, to your target customer, and it at the same time increase the brand awareness. Yeah. And also understand the consumer and solve their problem and let the customer know that you have a specific products, also which that can actually help them to have like what they need, their demands.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. So to add on to that, I think that what both digital and traditional marketing, the similarity between them is that they both aim to understand people, like the target audience and also the problems they face. And it is a strategy, like what you say, is like a medium for companies to solve real problems and like real issues faced by people. So maybe let's give an example, like for Zoom's design, like some of the problems faced by small businesses when it comes to designing their advertisements is one, they have a tight budget, and two, they have low manpower, or like they cannot hire an in-house graphic designer, and maybe number three, they lack marketing or designing experience. So how Zoom's design helps small businesses is by providing an affordable solution to step in to be their designer during peak periods. So when Zoom's design do our marketing, it is not just about selling all the different plans and products we have. It's about telling people, promoting, marketing to people that hey, we are this design company that helps you create ads through visual storytelling. So yeah, so what I wanted to say is that the biggest similarity between both digital and traditional marketing is that you're not just promoting your product, but you're promoting your brand or company by telling stories, and because you're promoting your brand is more important than promoting your products. Yeah, do you agree with me, Mr. Chit?
300%.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like both marketing will ask customers who they are, what they want on it, and what they care about. Yeah. So, Mr. Chip, could you maybe explain more in depth about the differences then?
Yeah, so even though they have a similarity, but of course they have the differences between both of them.
Mhm.
So in order to like detail on the differences between digital and digital marketing, I think we can go into like what insights those traditionals and digital marketing. So for traditional marketing, I mean some people when they hear about traditional marketing, they will think about oh it's very outdated kind of marketing strategy, or maybe very outdated medium that people they use. But they are not wrong actually, because traditional marketing is the channels, the medium that we all used in the last maybe 10 years or 20 years.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it's outdated. It's still relevant to some of the business, and actually it's very impactful as well. So it doesn't mean that traditional marketing is very bad and digital marketing is very good, because these two marketing it work for depend on what type of your business,
Yeah.
what is your target customer, and by understanding both marketing style, you will know how to play around with your budget to invest in which type of marketing that you should invest more, and this is very important.
Mhm.
Okay, so for traditional marketing, it's if we list it, it's like more like outdoor, like billboard. like bus, taxis, Grab, hostel. But in Singapore, you have a MRT, right? So when I was there, when we go to MRT, there's a lot of like banners
Yes.
along the way that we travel to the MRT.
Yeah.
There's a lot. So and also in the train, there are also a lot of like advertisement on the train as well.
Yeah, correct. There's a lot of advertisements, especially at there are doors when we are waiting for the MRT. So sometimes there are banners there, and then inside the MRT itself, we have sometimes that like last time there were brochures, but now there's no more because maybe it wasn't very effective. Yeah, yeah.
Not very environmental as
Yeah,
well.
that's true. That's true. Because you have to keep printing so many stuff, right? Yeah. So for how about in Cambodia? Like, are there a lot of businesses that are still doing traditional marketing?
There's a lot. I mean, a lot of business still keep doing it. You
Yeah.
know, on
But then,
comparison,
uh-huh.
it's still yes.
But then like now most Cambodians are spending more time online, right?
Most Cambodian, yes, we spend most of the time online, but not all the time. We still go outside, uh, go go to work. So that's why like traditional marketing, if we're talking about outdoor marketing like billboard, bus or taxi grab, posters, it's still like relevant to some businesses, and it's still relevant right now, even like it's so expensive as well if you want to advertise on one of those
Oh,
like
right.
and but we have the differences. You have MRT, but in Cambodia we have tuk tuk.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's something different because like we people they print their banner and they put on the tuk tuk behind the tuk tuk. So whenever the tuk tuk they try along around the city, so people they will see the advertisement.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You just see it because they are just behind the guy that is
Yeah,
driving. Yeah, I don't know what do you call that? The person who's driving in front.
tuk tuk driver.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's as easy as that. Tuk driver.
Like taxi driver, so tuk tuk driver.
You guys have Grab or taxi in Cambodia?
We have Grab, it's very popular. uh,
Mm,
we have Grab as well.
right.
But like some now it's changed a bit because we used to have our own tuk tuk, but now like the time is changed, so people they like they more common use in Indian tuk tuk, the
Oh
small one.
yeah.
But like they transfer some of the like outdoor like a poster behind the tuk tuk, they put inside the tuk tuk, but they have some digital screen to
Oh,
show ads.
also
So
it's a more modern form of tuk
yeah,
tuk.
more like modern one. But the one that they print on behind the tuk-tuk is still better because like get more viewer
Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true.
drive the city, and then we can see the ads in
Yeah,
advance.
that's interesting. Then, how about radio and TV advertisements? Are they very expensive in Cambodia?
uh TV, like if you want to place a spot on the TV commercial during your peak time, like um for example, like if you watch Indian drama or K drama on the TV, it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
and but on the radio it's not.
Oh,
If it's advertised on radio, it's not expensive. It's okay to use. I
right.
mean, everyone can access to that. But for TV, somehow it's expensive.
It's very expensive. Yeah. I
And
hello.
it
Hello.
getting less more popular. Hear me? Yeah. It getting more. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, technical problem.
Oh,
Less record
all the time.
all the time. So TV and radio, like getting more or less popular because it's too expensive,
Yeah.
and somehow people they don't spend a lot of time in like with radio and TV.
Yeah.
So people they change to digital marketing instead
Yeah.
of TVs and radio advertisements.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and as well as the magazines and newspaper.
Mhm.
But in some popular magazine newspaper, they still like go along as well. But if we compare for the last 10 years, it's very different. It getting less popular and not a lot of people they tend to read magazine and newspaper.
Yeah, that's true.
So like like we have a lot of popular newspapers and magazines company, but they try to change themselves. They evolve themselves from traditional magazine newspaper company to digital one. So
Oh,
they invest on digital.
yeah, yeah. I think that's a similar situation in Singapore also for our newspapers subscriptions. Now they include digital versions also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So now since we've talked about traditional marketing, we can talk a bit more about the online digital marketing. Yeah.
It's somehow it's developed, right? Actually digital marketing and traditional marketing, a lot of things is similar, just what is focused on like what we used to do before.
Mhm.
And right now, because we evolved to have a lot of digital, like people using phone, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, YouTube. So the more like viewer, like the users on those digital platform is coming a lot of like popular and very common use one. So that's why like we evolve from the traditional marketing to digital marketing. So like talk about social media, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, and talking about websites. People they invest on the website, they build a beautiful website, a very attractive website to attract their users, their visitors, and they develop the content marketing so that they can use it for their social media channels. They focus more on affiliate marketing. You know what is affiliate marketing, Aishas?
Affiliate marketing, is it like you you will share the link and then like as long as somebody press that link, that sounds like pay per click actually. Yeah, but as long as somebody press on that link, you get some commission.
Yes, yes, yes. I give example like if you want you come across to one service and then they have an affiliate program, and you register as their affiliate,
Mm.
and then you have a special code, a specific
Oh,
code,
yeah, yeah,
and yeah, and some maybe specific link. So install that link into your blog.
yeah.
You put the ads on your blog, and people they click on it, they will go into their website. So the company will pay for you by the number of click.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There's like a company in that's operating that in Singapore is Easy Buy. I'm
mm,
not sure if you know or heard of it. Yeah, it's if I'm not wrong, it's a China-based company, but yeah, they do a lot of affiliate marketing in Singapore. Yeah.
mm. I see. Like based on the rapid question you asked me, that's why I said it's very like tricky. You said influencers. So it's similar to influencers kind of marketing, because remember, like if you are a blogger, you have a lot of visitors into your blog, right? This is how the blogger they make money. They can make money by Google Ads,
Oh
and
yeah.
also make money by this kind of affiliate marketing. So if you are a blogger specific on, let's say, finance, and you
Mhm.
share a lot of finance thought, you share a lot of like investment kind of thing, finance, accountant, and there's a lot of viewer in your blog, and then you register to one company to promote their product. Yeah, and then you add your affiliate code into your website, so whenever people they click on the link, they will direct to that company, so you get paid. So
Right,
it's like a influencer kind of marketing as well.
right, right. That's true. That's true. I No wonder like a lot of bloggers. I always wondered how they get so much money. Is I guess it's because of all the views and all the clicks. That the affiliate links that you mentioned just now.
It's very effective as well.
Yeah, I think so. But I
I,
think it has to be, I don't know, a lot of people has to click on it before they get to see, the amount of money they're earning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
the kind of marketing strategy is work well in Singapore rather than in Cambodia.
uh,
Um, because Cambodia they tend not to like reading, reading blog is very rare actually.
really,
Yeah, but we have different type of influencing in here. Like people they asking influencer to post something on Facebook. I think maybe in Singapore as well. They ask influencers to like post on their Facebook page.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, but this is not a pay per click kind of thing, but it's like how much you charge for one video.
yeah.
So, they post a video on the brand, and then like they charge $500, they charge $1,000, for example, per video.
Correct, correct.
But see, it's still through digital.
Yeah, I think for in Singapore, there's something like that is quite common also. Like the influencers will charge around 5,000, like maybe 1,000 to 10,000 for the high end ones for every Instagram photo that they post, to promote a product or something.
Very expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, which type of marketing works best in Cambodia right now? Like digital marketing. Which digital marketing is the best?
Influencers kind of marketing. It's getting a lot of like very common use for every brand. If you want to promote your product,
Mhm.
you better find some famous people on social media. They can promote your product.
Right, that's similar in Singapore also. But for Cambodia, is TikTok used very often for digital marketing?
Um, right now, like a lot of people they use TikTok,
Uh,
but it start right now. I mean, a lot of influencers from TikTok, like they get so many viewer, like 1 million viewer,
yeah,
2 million viewer, and we call it as like TikTok star. I bet in Singapore called TikTok stars.
yeah. TikTokers or something like that. I don't really know. Yeah.
It's starting like right now. I mean, people they use TikTok and they post video on TikTok. They do some creative video by promoting the product
Yeah.
to place on their video. It's a placement the brand on their video. Then they get paid by the company. It's
Yeah.
very popular right now. It's like very boom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think for Singapore, even though we do have quite a few people using TikTok, I think companies don't really use it that much or use it very often for digital marketing because maybe the target audience is not there on TikTok. I think the TikTok is more for the youth, like as of now.
Mm,
Maybe slowly, like we will transition to maybe TikTok will become like the next Instagram kind of thing. Yeah.
mm, mm. You're
Yeah.
right. Because it depends on the target audience. It
Mhm.
depends on the target audience. So, but in Cambodia, I see a lot of like all the demographic using TikTok.
Yeah, that's true.
Auntie here using TikTok as well. Uh, it varies, varies very wide range of demographic, but a lot of youngster they use TikTok more than like older people.
Right, right, right. Okay,
So
interesting.
another one is like inbound marketing. We will go in the detail of inbound marketing later
Okay.
because I feel like I need to press on something on this part because not a lot of people they know about this.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Yes, and but if they are marketer, their marketing strategy, or they run a marketing for companies, they should know this one.
Okay.
And I will just not do too much detail, but just like press on the detail part of it.
Mhm.
And another one called email marketing. For example, like you go on websites, you see the newspaper link you want to get. You want to subscribe their newsletter to send some like good tip and tricks. So you use your email to subscribe the newsletter. It's called email marketing. And somehow you want to download some PDF, and then they're asking you to submit your email address
Oh
to
yeah,
in order for you to get their freebies.
yeah.
So that's called email marketing. And another one is pay per click. So like it's work a lot with Google Ads, SEO.
Mhm.
Uh, is very common use right now. And also another one is search engine marketing. So for example, you go on browsers, for example like Google, and then you search ice cream, right? So because your location is spot in Phnom Penh, for example, so when you search ice cream on the Google browsers, so they will show a lot of like company who sells ice cream.
Oh, okay.
The one who saw on the top is which means the one who paid the most. I mean, on the search engine, they pay that, right?
Right.
And but also they work well with like keywords and SEO, search engine optimization. Yes, the keyword and everything as well.
Right. Right. Right.
Mm.
So just now you mentioned we'll be talking more in depth about inbound marketing. Maybe you could tell me more about it.
Mm. Inbound marketing is like a magnet to attract your audience. Um, I put it in this way. I take this because this methodology is from HubSpot, and
Mhm.
currently Zoom also use HubSpot, and not a promotion to HubSpot. So between us, I just like HubSpot and just want to shout out to HubSpot somehow. But their methodology is very good, and inbound marketing methodology is like if you can see it in the like for clear, you will know how to strategize your marketing, how to work on your marketing plan. So they do this kind of stuff. In every customer, it's called life cycle of the customer. They have some stage. So
Right.
when they become your customer, first they have to be stranger first, right? They have to become a stranger. So then they become visitors. They visit your store, they visit your websites, and then they become your leads.
Mm.
And this doesn't mean that they are your customer, but they provide some interest to your company, to your brand, and then they provide some contact informations, the detail that you can contact them, and then they become customer. And it's not the end yet, so
Mm.
you have to promote your customer to become promoter. So
Um,
then they promote a new stranger to your business. That's why I see it's a life cycle. So
I
in order to do that, we have to understand in each stage is like clearly, and also understand which stage that our customer in right now. So for example, like stranger, what business or what brand they doing to attract stranger. That's why I said it's like a magnet to attract stranger.
mm.
So they have to use blog, they have to use some keyword, social publishing. For example, like now Zoom, they be using a podcast,
Mhm.
and then we use podcast our content marketing, so we can put this on YouTube, we put it on websites. They will see, oh, this kind of video like showing some, sharing some idea, and then probably will come across to a website. So
Mm.
this is how we attract strangers to become visitors to our own website.
Okay.
Then in the website there will be some form, there will be some call to actions. For example, like Zoom Design, we use free trial as the call to action. Like we urge people to try our service, right? So then we can convert from visitor to leads. So when we put this call to action to customers, say that's why if you go to websites, they will say, okay, click now for discount. The call to action button is very visible. So they urge people to click through, and then they give some informations. I give that example earlier, like newspaper, right? Freebie. If you want to get some PDF, you want to get some freebie, you have to like give the information to the company.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they can convert from visitors to leads. So once they become your leads, they will have a lot of you will get like emails from the company, like newsletters, some tip and tricks, or maybe like a promotions email as well. Or if you subscribe right now, you get 50% off, 30% off, 20% off,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
call like customer relation management. So this is like the workflows that they can get leads to become their customer. So
Okay.
once they become the customer, they will have survey, they will have smart content to help their customer, uh, to make sure that they can treat their customer to make sure the customer satisfied with the service and everything. So this how they can transfer their customer to promoter. We call it like delight customer. So once customer delight, which means that they most likely like feel happy with your service, and then they most likely to promote your service to their networks, their friends, right? So this is like some survey, and then they get testimonial, and then we use testimonial as the marketing strategy as well. So this is how inbound marketing work. So whenever you plan the marketing stage, the strategy, you have to understand your target customer and where they are, and then you do some blog or keyword or like video or podcast to attract your strangers to become your visitor, and then they will go flow like step by step to become your customer. Mm-hmm.
Could I just like what is social monitoring under Delight?
Social monitoring. Social monitoring is like they give some like benefits to the customer. It's like a strategy to make sure the customer they happy. And also like shout out to the customer. It's also one of the things that you can do to make your customer happy as well.
Oh, isn't like a so-called reward system if you, let's say, refer a friend? It's like a referral, something like that.
Yes.
One of the strategies. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. So, Mr. Chip, for telling us about the inbound marketing methodology, because I have never come across this myself until today. Okay, so
you guys to understand it's like a magnet to attract
I think
customer.
It's very useful. It's like a very good framework, and it's very comprehensive. Like what you said, it's a life cycle. It helps you not just get the customers, but to ask them to promote to more customers, and the cycle continues. And really help your business as well. Yeah. So perhaps we can move to the next section about the pros and cons of the different marketings. So let's start off with the traditional marketing, the pros of traditional marketing.
The pros of traditional marketing, like there's a lot of things, because there's a lot of things that traditional marketing can benefit to the brand. So that's why I say that when we heard about traditional marketing, which means it's outdated already, it's not very useful, but no, it still provide a lot of benefit to the brand if you use it right, and if you understand like which type of medium you want to use to promote your brands, your service. So it's very impactful and easy to understand, and which means like whenever you come across and see the ads on the billboard, the ads on the taxis, the ads on the train, MRT, tuk-tuk, it's the message that they tend to put in that is very like straightforward, and also like impactful, and it's permanent, which means that for example like they put the ads on the billboard. Okay, sorry, I give the wrong example. The newspaper, the magazine, you put the ads on the magazine, and if your customer is a magazine lover, like which means that they try to keep the magazines like time to time, so your ad is still in there, in the hands of your audience, which means like whenever it's come, like even it's 1 year, 2 year, if they collect the magazine, they use the magazine, they still use the magazine, your ad is still there. So it's very permanent and memorable. The surveys they show that people they see something physically, which means that not through digital. If you travel along the road and you see a big billboard, like you tend to remember that brand, that message, that business, like more than you see some ads on Facebook, because ads on Facebook you just scroll, right? You're not actually really looking on the ads when you see once. So it's not very memorable in the way, and also that traditional marketing can provide that. And it's work well for large local audience. For example, if you are a bank, and the bank they tend to use a lot of like billboard and like banner along the road, which because their audience is like a local audience, so they have the mass audience. So by doing so, which doing like billboard and using a traditional marketing, you can reach out to that kind of markets, that kind of type
Yeah.
of audience. Yeah.
Right.
And it's best for all the demographic. It's very work well for like all the demographic. For example, like radio, because right now the older people, they still listen to the radio, they still watch TV.
Yep.
They spend less time compared to youngster on the social media.
Yeah.
So using traditional marketing like TV spot, radio spot, magazine spot, it's work well. It's also direct to the older type of demographic. And one last thing, it cannot skip through and block. Like a big billboard along the road when you go home, right?
And block them. It's so huge sometimes.
Yeah, but you can block the ads on social media.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The
You know, just
benefit. Sorry, what?
just now you were mentioning about permanent. I was just like suddenly something just came to my mind. How about name cards? Like, I mean, that's not exactly like marketing, but it's a material, I guess, collateral. Would you
Yes.
consider it as a traditional marketing?
In the way, yes. Because like you go on meeting, you go on network, you share the name card. Maybe you can share some postcard. So in a way, it's also one type of traditional marketing.
I see. Yeah, just that perhaps it's not as maybe permanent as we would like it to be, because sometimes when you get a name card, you just like chuck it one side or like you throw it sometimes. Yeah.
There are some apps they try to replace name card, but the name card still relevant to the business world. They try to develop an app that people can share their business cards through the app. Like send through if everyone have the mobile phone, and then when they come to meeting and they just have some QR code and they scan it.
Oh wow.
So when yes, and when it's scanned, so it's like a contact information directly to the mobile contacts.
Wow, that's really advanced. I did not know that.
Very advanced. And but somehow I personally find it not very useful.
Oh.
Because you know why?
Why?
Name card is very fast. When you go on meeting, here's my name card, here's your name card. They trade off the name card. It's just like 2 seconds, right? Okay, I have to take my phone and then okay, let's paste your QR code. Let me scan your QR code. Oh, fine. It takes like more than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So, personally, I feel like name card still useful, and not just me. I guess maybe it's still useful and relevant to the business world. Even
True.
if it's so advanced and everything digital, but see somehow you cannot skip through. You cannot not skip that kind of traditional marketing. That's why billboard still works. Newspaper still relevant. Like advertisement on the MRT on tuk-tuk is still relevant.
Yeah.
Because the market haven't evolved 100% yet to digital.
Yeah, correct. Because people will still need to be in the physical world and move from place to place. Alright, so since we've talked about the benefits or the pros of traditional marketing, maybe we should know about the cons of traditional marketing. Pretty sure there's a lot. Yeah.
There's more than that actually.
Yeah.
The concept of marketing is it's very difficult to measure the effectiveness of it. I mean, first of all, how can you measure the effective of the billboard advertisement? Even you can understand the demographic, who lives there, who travel there, because in Cambodia I bet in everywhere, not just in Cambodia, there's a place for a lot of business people. They work there, so they understand how the demographic, like the age, the type of business, the type of the audience, but still it's not very easy to measure those effectiveness. Even though we place the ads on the billboard for 6 months, how you know that how many people they can look at it, they get impact from it. So it's not very easy to understand those insights.
All the data and statistics are quite important also. And someone is very, very expensive, right? All these.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So that's why like a lot of billboard advertisements, newspapers, TVs, not a lot of small business can do so.
Yeah.
Only multiple brand corporation, very like high corporation, they can use that
Yeah.
because it's very expensive.
They
This afternoon I just checked one of the pricings from one of the agencies.
uh-huh.
Like uh, place our ad on one of the billboard the traffic is 90K per year.
Whoa, 90K.
90K per year, and it's just a
Oh,
place that people like they travel day by day. But imagine if there are another place that more than that kind of people that travel. It's so expensive.
yes, it is.
Yeah, expensive. Mm.
And you can't be sure that people are not just looking down on their phones while they are traveling, right?
Mm.
That's what I
I,
would do.
I do that all the time when I
Yeah,
travel. I use my phone as well.
yeah, so it might be like quite a
Like
waste of 90K.
that's why not a lot of businesses they can use traditional marketing,
Yeah.
and some find it not useful as well because it's not worth of return of investment.
Mhm. Correct.
Mm.
And the last of all is there's no direct interaction.
Yes, there's no direct interactions, and take longer time to get results.
That's true.
Uh, you cannot place advertisement on the billboard for 1 month. You cannot, right?
Yeah.
It's waste of time, waste of money. At least you have to place the advertisement on the billboard for like 3 months or 6 months to get impact to your customer.
Right. No wonder it stays there for a very long time.
Mm.
Right.
You can place the ad for 1 month. It's so waste of money.
That's true. But when
But
it
like, sorry to cut you off. If you see that billboard, right? You see this billboard, and then you're interested in their business as well, but you don't need it right now. The
it's
demand is not urgent right now, right?
yeah.
So you have to do it every day. Okay, you go home, you see it. You go to work, you see it. And then like one day you will need their products. And then, oh, I see that billboard. I go to the supermarket, I see that billboard. Okay, I buy the products. That's
Ah,
why it's longer time to get the result.
correct, correct.
And no direct interaction, which means that like you don't know if they click like or not, they hit your ads or not. We don't know, right? They click like, they share or not. No, we don't know. Maybe like when they travel with their friend, hey, that billboard, like they share.
And nobody says that. Yeah. I think the thing
So,
about the direct interaction is that companies, they seem to be like very, very far, very distant away from the customers. So customers may feel like, oh, this company, they may not actually understand, like really understand what problem I have, and they don't really trust also,
yeah.
the solutions that they're offering. Yeah. Right. So, how about the pros and cons of the digital marketing? Let's start
That's
with the
enough. That's enough for traditional marketing, right? So let's talk about digital
yeah.
marketing. Let's
Yeah.
gossip about. So what is the pros of the digital marketing?
Okay.
So the pros, the pros of digital marketing is like more option for engagement, which means that we can set the ads. You want the customer to send you a messenger, or you want them to click like your ads, or you want them to share. Like there's a lot of options for engagement. You can choose. Very practical, and
Yeah.
it's easy to measure your campaign. Like we got the insights. Oh, okay, we got these people who interact with our ads. We got 1,000 share. We got like 1,000 like. We
Mhm.
got 2,000 mention in the comment section of the ads. So
Uh,
this is how we got like 500 clicks on our websites. See, we see the exact number. So it's also easy for the marketer who like they try, okay, this ads not work. These ads work because of this kind of insights.
mhm.
And it's clever targeting possible, which means that because some ads, again, if we compare to the traditional marketing, that's not, it's not easy to do as well in traditional marketing. You want to target your ads for only men's only. How do you do it? In traditional marketing, the ads will place to every hands. Let's say no, we can also target the ad as well. For example, like the magazine for lady, the magazine for makeup product. So only women who see the product, right?
Yeah.
Who see the ads. But it's not easy to work on this part. But in digital, you can easy to targeting your ad by, you know, like type of users, the age, the demographic, the career, the interest, the gender, even, you know, in the detail part, you know what kind of mobile they're using. They use iPhone 10s, or they use iPhone 6 Plus, or they use Samsungs. So it's very advanced,
It's true. It's true.
digital, which traditional marketing cannot do. And we can track the data of the audience, the involvement of it very instantly. For example, we just place the ad for 2 weeks and we can see how it works, right? So we can, okay, this ad not work, so let's stop doing it, let's try another one. So, and that's how you can make it happen instantly and less expensive. You know, you can you know, like small business can invest on that easily, because the minimum, I'm not saying that digital marketing is cheap than traditional marketing, but digital marketing also expensive, but it start with, you know, less money. The less capital, less money to invest on it. And also it's more global and for all like scatter audience. If your business is your service target more like audience besides your local audience, digital marketing is the one to make it happen.
Right. I think it's quite straightforward about, like, you know, how it's less expensive and all. Like, I think it also helps small business owners be able to market their products a lot easier. And like what you said about the global audience, imagine if your advertisements are all just traditional marketing, then like the people who don't live in that area, they definitely will never see that billboard or newspaper or like radio maybe. Yeah. And I think it sounds really good. So how about the cons of it? Are there any cons of digital marketing?
There is actually, like there are more than that. Just pick some like important cons. So digital marketing, if you place the ad on the digital, somehow it can be annoying for people who don't like ads, right? Like they scroll Facebook, they want to check their friends, what they're up to right now, the timeline, everything. Then suddenly they just scroll across a lot of ads. So some people, they don't like ads, so they can skip the ad and they can block the ad as well. So then you no longer there, you know, like promote to them. And traditional marketing, you cannot block the ads, even though you had the billboard so much, you had the ads on the billboard so much, but you cannot block the ads. But digital can. Some people, like they use the ad blocker on their browsers, so then the ads cannot appear to their device.
I should download it.
You should you have to pay some money.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But it would be useful. There's so many advertisements all the time.
And less permanent. It like, because it somehow it's gone, right? If even though you want to go back to the ads, some people they don't know how to go back to the ads. So you know, somehow it's disappear. It's not very. Or if newspaper, if you want to go back to the ads, you can just
you know where to find it.
Right. Or
open the newspaper.
And fast evolving, you know, so hard to keep track on what platform up to right now. Facebook, they change all the time. YouTube, they introduce a lot of new functions. Even right now, suddenly, like for the last 3 years, we don't know about TikTok. Right now, TikTok is coming. People, they change their strategy, focus on TikTok. So this like the trend is so fast. Somehow it's hard for us to keep evolve like what digital channels they evolve. So this is also one of the cons for digital marketing.
Mhm.
And people they have even like shorter attentions, uh because they can skip the ads, they can scroll the ads.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Like, they take like maybe a few seconds to just see one ad, and then it's either they block it or skip it, or maybe if it's really good, they will watch the whole thing. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, correct. So yeah, that's about all for pros and cons. So now that we have compared pros and cons for digital and traditional, which is better? Which one do you think is better?
Can you answer that?
Hmm. I mean, to me personally, I would prefer digital marketing, but of course, it's not as straightforward as that. I think that it really depends on a company's products and also their target audience. Like just now, you mentioned if it's targeted to older generation, definitely traditional would be better as compared
Mm.
to digital advertisements. Like for instance, selling insurance. Like because I
Mm.
was from that line last time, selling to them via email or whatsoever. Sorry, not email, by digital advertisement. It's not as effective as me going down to their house to
Mm.
sell to them directly, because they can understand better. And yeah, you the thing about traditional marketing also is that you can physically sometimes meet them and like promote in person, so it's more like direct one-on-one. Yeah,
Mm.
but also it really, like I said, it depends on your product. If it's a service product, definitely digital marketing would be the way to go. You can
Mm-hmm.
reach a lot more people, and there's a lot more engagement tools that you can talk about, uh,
Mm.
and your engagement tools that people can use and also share, and yeah, just inform people about your product, and that's where you can get more customers and so on. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how about you? What do you think?
Like 100%, you are right. Like it's depend on the type of the audience, the business, the brand, the audience you are reaching to them, because different type of audience, they use different medium, they use different channels.
Yeah.
So for all the demographic, they don't use a lot of social media. So they listen to radio, they read newspapers, and they watch TV. So so you have to place your products, uh, your brands into TV spots or radio spot or newspaper spot. And if you focus on larger scale of your core audience, traditional marketing is the must. You should put the ads on like tuk or billboard if you have money, and because it's expensive. And for Zoom, we don't do the traditional marketing a lot. I mean, we still do, but we don't do it a lot. We focus only 10% on traditional marketing,
Uh-huh.
but we focus almost like 90% on digital marketing already, because we are the service company.
That's right.
We have service to audience beside Cambodian as well, to Singapore, to Malay. So using digital is very impactful to our type of audience, and very effective. And like we don't want to, we can actually, if we want to place the ads on the billboard, but in a way it's not very good return of investment.
That's true.
uh,
Maybe
because,
$50,000.
yeah, because people they're not going to subscribe our service by, oh, I see the billboard, okay, subscribe now. Which the button to subscribe. They can't. Yes, correct. Like, okay, free trial 14 day using our service for free for 14 days. They see it on the billboard. How they can subscribe it? They
Yes.
have to refer our website link, correct? And,
Yeah. It's an
and
extra step for them.
yep. So it's not very effective and not very good in the return of investment. So we decided not to use traditional marketing. So in order to understand which one is better for your business, you have to check what type of your service, what is your target customer, who they are, where they are. And then you understand the four P's: uh, place, product, people, promotion. So you have to understand this and apply it to your brand, to your marketing, and then you can decide which type of marketing medium you are choosing, traditional or digital.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chit. So I guess that's a wrap for this week's podcast. And we hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. So do keep up with our Facebook Live for free content like this. Our next episode will go live next Wednesday at 7 p.m. If you need any help with designing both digital and traditional print advertisements, just let us know through our email and we will create amazing ads for you. So thank you once again, and this is your host Aisha and Chit signing out. Bye.